Hello everyone, welcome to another wonderful section of Learning with Prep class. I am Tutor Chima. Now in today's section of Learning with Prep class, we are going to be looking at WAEC Biology 2018. So we are going to be solving past questions on WAEC Biology for the year 2018. Now it is a fresh start for this section. So a fresh start simply means that we've not solved any question on this, so we are going to be resuming solving past questions on this WAEC Biology 2018. All right guys, before we proceed, do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like our videos. If you look below there, you see a notification bell. We want you to click that notification bell and activate it. Once your notification bell is activated, you'll be the first to be notified whenever we have an educational content like this on our channel. All right, so you can also be kind enough to share our videos, so it's going to reach as much viewers as possible. So guys, without wasting your time today, let us move straight to the point. Like I said before, I'm going to be solving past questions on WAEC Biology 2018, and we are going to be looking at questions number 1 to 5. So sit tight, relax, enjoy this video, and after watching this video, do not forget to share. All right, bye. Now let's start. Question number 1 says, which of the following groups of animals do not possess a nervous system? Which of the following groups of animals do not possess a nervous system? A, is it Porifera? C, is it Cnidaria? A, is it Porifera? B, is it Cnidaria? C, is it Platyhelminthes? And D, is it Nematoda? So which of them do not possess a nervous system? You know what a nervous system is? System that is responsible for what? Controlling what? Irritability. That is what? Response to what? External what? Stimuli. Nervous system controls our eyes, nose, sense of hearing, taste, feeling, and also ability for us to think. That is a system that controls generally sensation and response to what? External stimuli. So which of these organisms do not possess a nervous system? Now, I said that of all the animals mentioned in the options, the Porifera are the simplest. Good. Now the sponge, which is a Porifera, is a simple aquatic invertebrate that do not move but is attached to rocks. Sponges lack specialized tissues. Now, unlike the other organisms mentioned, they lack specialized tissues. Therefore, they definitely lack a nervous system. Now, if you look at all these organisms I mentioned here, the most simple here is Porifera. Porifera includes the sponges, Cnidaria includes Hydra, Platyhelminths are the flatworms, like we have the tapeworm, we have the planaria, then the nematoda are the roundworms, like the hookworms, roundworms are the nematoda. So you look at all of them, sponges which fall under the Porifera are the simplest, and because they are the simplest, they are most likely to be the ones that will lack a nervous system. I believe you understand that. Very good. So because of that, the correct answer to that option is Porifera. So out of all of them, the one that will not possess a nervous system is the Porifera. All right. Question number 2 says, the structural similarities in Paramecium and Euglena are in the structural similarities in Paramecium and Euglena are in the A, is it shape of their locomotory organs? B, is it blunt anterior and pointed posterior? C, is it presence of micro and mega nuclei in both? D, is it presence of anterior and posterior contractile vacuoles? So out of these 4, which one shows similarities between Paramecium and the Euglena? Now look at it. You see here, you notice that I've brought out the structures for both of them. This is the Paramecium, this is the Euglena. We are looking for the structural, what was the question again? The structural similarities in Paramecium and Euglena. We are looking for the structural similarities in both of them. Now if you look at the Paramecium, so that the Paramecium possesses cilia for locomotion. These tiny things that are coming out, you see here, are called cilia. There are many. So in a singular is cilium, plural is cilia. So for locomotion, the paramecium uses cilia, but for locomotion, the euglena uses flagellum. When there are two, as seen in chlamydomonas, is called flagella, but one is flagellum. So paramecium, cilia, euglena, flagellum. That's the difference. That's not a similarity. Blunted anterior and pointed posterior end. Yes, the paramecium has a blunted anterior end and a pointed posterior end. Same thing with the euglena. Blunted anterior end and pointed posterior end. So you can see this one is pointed here, blunted here, this one is pointed here, blunted here. So I believe these two are structural similarities. Now, presence of micro and meganuclei in both. That does not move because we are analyzing from each of the options. Presence of micro and meganuclei in both. The paramecium has mega and micro nucleus, that's two nuclei, but the euglena has only one nucleus, so that does not fly. Presence of anterior and posterior contractile vacuoles. The paramecium has that, anterior and posterior contractile vacuoles, that's two, but the euglena has only one contractile vacuole. So you can see that out of these four options given in the question, the only one that is similar between the paramecium and the euglena is option 2, which is blunted anterior and pointed posterior end. So the correct answer to that question is B, option B. Blunt anterior and pointed posterior end. Very simple, very question. Number 3. Which of the following organisms cannot exist freely on its own? Which of the following organisms cannot exist freely on its own? A, is it chlamydomonas? B, is it amoeba? C, is it paramecium? D, is it plasmodium? Which of these four cannot exist on its own? What they are asking here is that which of these four is not a free living organism? Because for an organism to exist on its own, it must be a free living organism. Now I say that all the following organisms are free living organisms with the exception of Plasmodium. Plasmodium is the malaria parasite that is transmitted by the female Anopheles mosquito. It lives in and reproduces in the red blood cell of its host. Hence, it's a parasite and cannot live on its own. Plasmodium is not free living. It lives in the red blood cell of someone that has been contaminated by maybe mosquito, female Anopheles mosquito biting the person. So since Plasmodium is not a free living organism but a parasite, it cannot exist on its own. So the correct answer to that question is option D, Plasmodium. Now let's look at question number 4. Now they've given us an instruction here. It says that the diagram is an illustration of an arthropod. Study it and answer question 4. So we are going to use this diagram to answer question 4. Even looking at this diagram, you know that this is a spider. This is a spider. See, that's the ventral view. Started at the thumb upside down. That's the ventral view of a spider. So the arthropod in the diagram is not an insect because, yes, it's not an insect, it's a spider. It is not an insect because A, it has a big head which is almost equal to the thorax. B, it has 8 legs and no wings. C, it does not have visible eyes on its head. D, it has head, thorax, and abdomen. So why is this arthropod not an insect? I said that the organism is not an insect because it has 8 walking legs. Look at it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It has 8 walking legs. Insects have 6 walking legs. So anything that has 8 walking legs is an arachnid. It's not an insect. An insect must have 6 walking legs. This organism is an arachnid. Arachnids have 8 walking legs. They include spiders, scorpions, ticks, and mites. So this is an arachnid and is a spider because it has 8 walking legs. If it's to be an insect, it must have 6 walking legs. I believe you understand that, right? All right. So the correct answer to that is option B, has 8 legs and no wings. So that is why it is not an insect. 5, and I believe the last for today. Which of the following cell organelles is the site for the production of ATP? Which of the following cell organelles is the site for the production of ATP? ATP, adenosine triphosphate. Is it a lysosome? Is it a nucleus? Is it a mitochondria? Is it a ribosome? Which one is the site for production of ATP? So I said here that the mitochondria is regarded as the powerhouse of the cell. So the correct answer is mitochondria. The mitochondria is regarded as the powerhouse of the cell. This is because cellular respiration takes place in the mitochondria. During cellular respiration, glucose is converted to carbon dioxide and water, releasing a total of 38 ATP molecules. Cells use this ATP as energy to power all life processes and metabolism. So the mitochondria is regarded as the powerhouse of the cell because it is in the mitochondria that glucose is completely oxidized to release about 36 ATP molecules. First of all, glucose is oxidized partially in the cytoplasm to release about 2 ATPs to form pyruvate. The pyruvate now gets into the mitochondria where it's now completely broken down into what? 36 ATPs plus water plus carbon dioxide. So 36 ATPs that is formed in the mitochondria plus the 2 ATPs formed in the cytoplasm together make up 38 ATPs. So the mitochondria is a site for producing enormous or large amount of what? ATP that is needed by the cell to control all life activities, all life functions, and to carry out all metabolism. So that is why the mitochondria is regarded as the power of the cell, because it produces energy that the cell uses to perform every process. So the correct answer to that question is option C. Mitochondria is the answer. Which of the following cell organelle is the site of production of ATP? The answer is mitochondrion. Singular mitochondrion, plural mitochondria. Alright guys, we've come to the end of today's section of Learning with Prep class. We'll look at past questions on biology WAEC 2018. We'll solve questions 1 to 5. If you look below here, you'll see that we've provided you with a link. We want you to type this link on your WhatsApp. When you type this link on your WhatsApp and load it, it's going to take you straight to our WhatsApp group. When you join us on our WhatsApp group, you're getting updates, you're getting infos on the latest content we have on our channel. I believe you enjoyed today's section, and I hope you will see the next video. I still remain Tochima. Bye.